Hello and welcome back to Skyward Sword. I'm Vic and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. So since Link is already quite bored, let's go ahead and open up that gate so we can get into Vault 101, where war never changes. It seems you were successful in imprisoning the monster again. You have my thanks, Baka. One of these days I will learn to clear my throat in between episodes. As you do, Groose. I do not wish to dwell on what may have happened if you two hadn't been here. Duh-aw. You give me too much credit, Granny. You were the one who got me to stop feeling sorry for myself and put my energy into doing what I could to help. I did what was necessary to get you to realize your full potential. Baka, you must wonder just what it is you've been fighting out there in the Great Pit. There is much I could tell you, but suffice to say it is the root of the evil we face. When you pass through the Gate of Time, you shall learn more. We may seal it and reseal it into its prison 1,000 times, but it will always shatter the bonds that confine it. Such is its awesome power. We must destroy it at its source, or suffer this fate again and again. There is no time to lose. Hit the gate with a Skyward strike. Alright, shut up, Groose. Now, Baka, go. Open the gate. And then the seal breaks again. That didn't look like it worked. And somehow a bunch of square things reassembled themselves into a circular gear. That really is magical. Is it called the Gate of Time because it takes a long time to get assembled? That kind of a Mirror of Twilight-y vibe to it too, hasn't it? That's a very Metroid-y sort of moment. Do not fear it. This is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has been reactivated. Standing before you is a path that transcends the flow of time. It is a portal to the past, to the very place where Zelda now awaits. Go bravely, Baka. If everything is as I suspect, the reunion with Zelda you fought so hard for lies beyond this gate. Alright, bye, Groose. Yeah, you are going to hang back here. Alright, I really don't have time for your nonsense. What is that gesture? Not doing it. Just stop talking and let me go. Yeah, that's better. Who was that guy? Stop trying to be cool. Now, Link, get on with it. In Vault 101, no one ever enters, and no one ever leaves. Oh, Link, you broke it. Now how are you going to walk through that, huh? Your legs are just going to get chewed up by all those gears. Well, of course, you're just going to walk through the air. That makes sense. Look who it is. Hey! At last I've been expecting you, Baka. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can. No, look, I don't have time for your weird belly button exposing belt. Where is the blonde girl? This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will come to be known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future. You stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here, the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And little time has passed since the goddess sent the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true to its name. You have passed through the gate of time to an era in the distant past. You will have many questions, but for now you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. It is there that the person you've risked life and blood to defend waits for you. Great. Doesn't your belly button get cold? Ah, this is a blonde girl. You've come so far, Baka. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We've traveled very far from home to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learned the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky, on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against his fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. Well, I mean, it's either the end of the world or it's not. For whom is kind of silly. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them both into motion. He's just like, I don't speak the language that you're speaking. First, she created Fi. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made this sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. For while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by gods, all of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers and her immortal form. You've probably figured it out by now, haven't you, Baka? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. Now, this is an interesting contradiction because she gave up her divine form, and yet she's guiding me from her place at the edge of time. Which means, in some sense, she is both Zelda and still sitting at the edge of time. So, we got some kind of Holy Trinity thing going on here. The day of the ceremony, Girahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa, an agent of the goddess, led me here, to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of demise. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. Because the king of demons isn't an abomination already. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him, at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place, to sustain the seal as best I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that Hylia, rather that I, created so long ago and keep it strong for as long as I am able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. Baka, the goddess, created Fi and the great blade she's a part of for very specific reasons. For the task of standing against demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Baka. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you've found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. And then she explodes. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Baka. Draw your sword. Baka was such a great name. There we go. You got its winglings out. The goddess has blessed your blade, and the master sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with the mythical power to drive back demons, and only Baka may wield it. Oh, and the scabbard turned gold. It still doesn't have a ruby in the hilt, but maybe I'm misremembering that. Baka, before I say another word, I feel I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce. But I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of the land. Which brings us back to you. To face demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Baka. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself, so that you could wield that supreme power. So Hylia, and so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without even a moment's doubt. I used you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all this, Baka. But you have to understand this is a war and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be well-intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Baka, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. Until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. Yeah, you are too slow, son. While it's true that I am Hylia reborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, Sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all of this is over, will you come to wake me up? I will. It was like, what the fuck did you do in there? Alrighty. Are there any goodies for me here? There were goodies in the future, Impa. How come there's no goodies here? Oh, there's a chair. I could sit on a chair. I see you've said goodbye. Now you must keep the promise you made to her. You must find the Triforce. Return to your time. There is work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda. I will watch over her here. Go now and fulfill your destiny. Alright. Well, you and your exposed belly button have a good time. I'm just gonna run through the air amid a bunch of gears again. Was there a scene where I did something like that in Control? I think there was, wasn't there? So you've returned. Then you know everything. See, this lady knows how to keep her belly button warm. On the other side of that gate, Zelda waits, suspended in a sleep without end. But do not despair, for she is still alive and well. True to legend, the Triforce is the one thing with the power to vanquish demise. It is thought to have been hidden within Skyloft by the goddess. Sadly, that is all we know of where it rests. All other clues to its whereabouts have been lost to the ages. Baka, you have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out just the same. The key to finding the Triforce must be in Skyloft. Go now, Baka. Find the Triforce. Oh, Groose, why? Baka, there's something I gotta tell you. So Zelda, how's she holding up? Was she okay when you saw her? Yeah, she's great. She was? Oh, good to hear. But she's still stuck there till this whole mess blows over, huh? Baka, I've made up my mind. I'm not going back. I'm staying right here with Granny. Oh, don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? No, I'm just doing what I want to do. I don't know how to explain it, but I got this feeling in my belly that there's work to do here. Someone's got to watch that big ugly monster, and someone's got to make sure Granny's doing all right. Yeah, after thousands of years of making sure she's all right on her own, suddenly she needs you. It ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe this is my destiny, know what I mean? Besides, it's not so bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, I guess, but don't you just love the way it smells down here? What? That's not weird to say. Dude, it smells like old lady here. You're weird. Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. I bet even the weakest sapling could grow into one beast of a tree in soil like this. It'd brighten this place up a little, too. I mean, sure, it'd take a few years for it to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but that's just how I feel right now. Do you know about Chekhov's gun? So yeah, you know, when you get back to Skyloft, do me a favor and let people know I'm doing okay down here. I am going to tell them that I have never heard of Groose, and I don't know what they're talking about. Colin and Stritch might get a little emotional since they look up to me, but you tell them I'm happy, okay? Thanks, Baka. Nope, there's never been a Groose. Those guys are crazy. Alright, so now that we've got a hint that we're going to forget about by the time it becomes relevant, we need to... what? Go to Skyloft, I guess. And look for a clue. Ooh, that is a blue bird. And I need... son of a gun, what? That's just unreasonable. Where's the nearest bird? It's this way. Yeah, see, this one, I just bump into the wall and he falls down, even though he was clearly in net range. Can't even ride the Groosnator. Probably because it has such a dumb name. So, you got any thoughts about where our clue is going to be? Up in the Skyloft? Maybe we just got to talk to the headmaster and he will sing us another silly song. We can hope. We'll be wrong, but we can hope. Wait, what kind of rupee is that? Oh, that's a good one. Come here, you. Thank you. That bird exploded. Pretty much as intrepid as you can get. Where should I go? I mean, it would be reasonable to talk to the goddess, right? Bird. Yeah, I think talking to the goddess makes sense. I'm glad we don't have to go back to the Isle of Songs. Anything? Nothing? Fine. That sure makes it look like there was supposed to be a girl holding the sword, but that didn't work out. Maybe Link should grow his hair out. Alright. Well, what then? Alright, fine. I'll just go. No, that is not what I wanted. Screw off. I don't care. Shut up. Go away. It makes no sense that I couldn't just whistle for my bird there. No sense at all. Alright. I didn't need that. I just wanted it. Oh, I know what I wanted to do in Skyloft. Thanks, Link. I wanted to swap out my iron shield for a glass bottle. So let's do that real quick. Boo. Hey, cutie. Yeah, I want to swap out some stuff. You go down there. Yeah. I'll figure out how to make it balanced later. I don't know how to make it balanced right now. There we go. I like it. I will come again. Alright, and you don't have anything that I care about. You don't have anything that I care about. Except for a side quest that I'm not going to do right now. Or possibly ever. No, go this way. Alright, so I guess it's time for me to stop fooling around. I'm pretty sure what I'm supposed to do next is investigate this bird. And that's going to require me to do some shit. Okay. I guess it's not that. Oh, hey. What's going on down there? What naughty place am I going to wind up? Hopefully it's a bathhouse. Link. Come on. Oh, it's not a bathhouse. Cool. Oh, wait, can I go out through the door? Link, you have some very strange behaviors, you know that? Alright, fine. Alright, I got one more thing to try out that I know isn't a clue to the Triforce, but it's right here. So I'm just gonna do it. Because there's a little diggy hole right here. And it somehow doesn't actually let me dig in it. What's the deal? Why are you teasing me like that? Huh? I hate it when holes tease me. Well, fine. You know, as it turns out, I am once again all out of time. So come back and see me again tomorrow, and we will resume our search for the Triforce. Talk to you soon.